Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. This is South Dublin and we're on a stretch of the Grand Canal. We're heading inward towards the city today, but if we were to go in that direction, after it exits Dublin suburbs as far as Adamstown, then it meanders its way through County Kildare to Shannon Harbour in County Offaly. This part of the canal in the south of Dublin city once served the Grand Canal Harbour and the Guinness Brewery. Now for the most part it runs alongside the Luas Red line, which you can see here. For those watching outside Ireland, the Luas is the Dublin Tram network, and I've made a separate film about that. The Grand Canal is one of two canals which almost encircle Dublin's inner city, the other being the Royal Canal. And the Grand Canal sits along the south of Dublin, but is in fact 132 kilometres long and connects with the River Shannon in the west of Ireland. Our journey on foot today begins at the section of canal near Golden Bridge Graveyard. Along the way we'll see some of the wonderful buildings, some modern and some dating back to the 1700s, that have sprung up along the route, either because of the canal's strategic importance or more recently because it's a fashionable place to live. This is the first of the locks that we'll see along the way, still perfectly preserved. The style of housing along the route varies enormously, as you can see. Having just passed a row of Georgian cottages, we're now passing typical 1950s corporation housing stock. As you can see, wildlife is in abundance along the route, and it's amazing to be able to encounter this so close to the city centre. This canal was owned by the Office of Public Works until, interestingly, after the Good Friday Agreement in 1998, a new All-Ireland body was set up called Waterways Ireland, who now control the canal. So you could say that the island's waterways are united, even if Ireland itself isn't. This towpath we're walking on would once have hosted mighty horses, which would have pulled the barges and their consignments of Guinness, or whatever, in and out of the city. Another lock now close to Dolphin Road, where the canal will turn slightly to follow the road. At this point we pass under the road, an opportunity to check out the ubiquitous urban graffiti which adorns a tunnel under the road. This also gives us the opportunity to cross the tram tracks, that way towards the city centre, and that way out to the suburbs. It seems to be a very popular place for people to go jogging, as you can see, and why not? It almost feels like you're in the countryside here after all. We're now walking between the canal and Dolphin Road, and on the left bank of the canal here we have the Rialto area. The pathway is very attractive with its lines of trees and with lilies in the water. On our right, however, you're reminded that you're still in central Dublin. There's quite a lot of new housing and apartments, like everywhere else in Dublin, I guess. Sometimes I wonder who can afford them. Dublin has some of the highest house prices in Europe. just crossing Herberton Road here, before we arrive at these interesting blocks of 1960s social housing. They're laid out at the side of the canal in 3 oval complexes. You probably need to see them from above to appreciate that. A mix here of new and old housing stock, blended together in complementary red brick. And then the path gets thinner. And when we emerge from the tunnel here, we run alongside Parnell Road. Again, an interesting mix of old and new architecture along the banks here. We're just going under Clanbrassil Street Upper now, and alongside Grove Road on the right, and soon Portobello Road on the left bank. This is where things start to get a bit lively. This is quite a hip part of Dublin, with lots of nice bars and restaurants. We're approaching Camden Street Upper here, and this impressive building on our left is the Atlas Language School, a popular place for people to gather when the weather's fine, as it is today. As you can see, this is a very picturesque part of the city. Lovely buildings, and the embankment is particularly nice here with its lines of mature trees. The wildlife appreciates it too. Would you ever think you'd see a site like this in central Dublin? And just a little bit further on it gets busier still. I wasn't expecting this. I think people must have finished work and decided to take advantage of the spring sunshine. There's a lot of office space just to the left here, so perhaps they've all come from there. Just passing Charlemont Street now. And here you can see that barges are still present on this canal. What a lovely place to live. Though I imagine it would get a bit noisy here at times, but that's city living. We're now coming up to Leeson Street Upper, which is where we'll finish this walk, but of course you could continue the walk the whole way down to the River Liffey. Distinct signs of an urban landscape now as we prepare to leave the canal and enter the hustle and bustle of the city again. But what a great little oasis the Grand Canal in South Dublin is. A brilliant way to escape from it all. I hope this has been interesting. If it has, please give the film a like, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to support the channel. Share the video too if you've friends that you think might like to see it, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next Naked Ireland video.